Sad times right now, RJ.
Why is that, Jimmy?
Because the legendary show, AKBingo, has come to an end.
Yes.
I'm particularly sad because that's actually what got me into idols.
Oh yeah, I was an Idol fan before that, but I always say idols are better with the TV show. What better Idol TV show is there than AKBingo?
Yeah, I would always tell people I'm an idol fan because I get to watch cute girls eat bugs.
Yes.
And boy, did AKBingo deliver.
Very much so. A lot of bug eating.
So we decided what better way to really give homage to AKBingo
Than to eat some bugs. So no bug eating, but how about we just go over like our top favorite segments from AKBingo, like 5 of them.
Ooh, let's do it. For our number 5 pick, we decided to go with Donso segments on AKBingo.
That's a nice pick.
During the Donso segments, the girls would dress up as guys, act out a skit, and then try to see how many hearts they can win over.
Including ours.
Hey, I opened up myself to a whole new world of being attracted to cute girls dressed as cute boys.
Yeah, man.
The Donso segments gave us so many memorable moments, whether it's Kojima Haruna waking up as Captain Jack Sparrow.
Ooh, that's a classic.
Ooh, it was legit. Miyazawa Sai's famous dashing good looks, like that whole character was built through Donso.
That's just straight, that just became Saya, dude.
My deep-seated man crush, Matsui Rena, as the archery club captain.
He took up archery because of that.
But our number 1 pick has to go to Watanabe Mayu. Back then, Mayu was mainly known as an otaku character, but she really was excited to do Donso. And I think the one that captivated it most was her as the doctor.
Ooh, that's a good one.
She was, sensitive, caring. Definitely won over not only the heart of her co-star Miyazaki and Miho, but all his dudes as well.
Yeah, man. She could give me a checkup.
Yeah, the character was actually so popular that she went on to reprise the role at AKB's annual Jonkin Festival, where they all cosplay.
Good reaction for that one.
So that's why we picked Donso for number 5.
So for our number 4 pick, we chose the Shifu Collection, which is the fashion where they wear their own clothes. They're always given a theme, like, oh, we're going on a date to the park, or you're hanging out with some friends, you like that one bro. They're supposed to pick an outfit from their own stuff that matches that theme. They would just have this fashion producer on there, Uematsu Koji. He would help rank them. He had like 4 rankings.
And he was always super sassy about it.
He was super sassy. That's kind of one of the best parts of the fashion, because they would come out and do their thing and he'd be like, no sweetie, I don't think so. Something's wrong here.
Us as guys, we'd just be like, I like
look
it.
at that outfit.
I like it.
I didn't tend to agree with Uematsu-san, but the thing about him is he always at least had like a reason. And sometimes after the explanation, you would be like, oh, I see what you're saying. It was just cool to see the girls in their own clothes outside of these, mass-produced Seifuku uniforms that they always had to wear. Gave us some classic moments, such as Takamina's banana hoodie.
Ooh.
That's a classic that stuck with her for a long time. So popular that Murashige Anna even borrowed it for one of her outfits. But the best thing about it was just seeing the girls in cute outfits, And if you're into fashion, like we kind of are, we would sit there and rate along with them. That's why that's our number 4 pick. So our number 3 is probably one of the most popular segments from AKBingo. It's the Shoujiki Shogi. Not really a shogi game, but so the girls are hooked up to lie detectors, and they have a series of statements/questions about their opponent, and they presented it as a shogi game because it's all about strategies. First girl to 3 points wins. So they would say, "Yo, you really like to fart in the bathtub," or something like that.
Yeah, because the real purpose was like getting that.
Yeah, it was to spill that tea or get that got 'em moment. So they would do that, and the girl was always supposed to say no, that's not true. And then the lie detector would either be cool or would freak out, and then they would have a discussion and make fun of them after, like, you do fart in the bathtub. So it was always a really cool segment, especially depending on, the 2 girls involved, if they were like really close friends or if they were, complete opposites, or maybe you would learn some things about these 2 that you never really saw before because of this game they're playing. We don't know whoever really wrote these questions, whether it was just the girls or if it was a combination of all of them together or producers, whoever, but they got some good got 'em moments on there. Some of our favorites include the Twin Tower battle between Miyazawa Saya and Akimoto Sayaka Mayoshi, because they really knew each other. They were practically lovers, man. They knew. Double Matsui battle, which is probably of particular interest to you.
Queen Matsui Jurina, Slay.
But probably the most famous and our pick for the #1 Shoujiki Shogi battle is, of course, Mayuyu versus Yukirin.
Ooh, boy.
That one, just tea everywhere, dude. You almost get to see a glimpse into them more as regular girls as opposed to idols, because as you watch it, you can just see them, like, the facades just fall away. It just becomes Watanabe Mayu versus Kashiwagi Yuki. Ooh. It's so good. And that's why we chose Shoujiki Shogi as our #3 pick for the best AKBingo segment.
So you'll notice a trend that our favorites are the segments that like let us really get to know the members, right? And what better way to do that than to make them suffer?
Oh, man.
What better way to make them suffer than to do some pranks on the members? Our #2 pick would be the Dokiri episodes. We had some very legendary moments, such as the prank on Takahashi Minami, where Oshima Yuko breaks a planted guitar that they told her was one of the MC's prized possessions. And then after she breaks it, she pins it on Takamina, and they wait to see what her reaction would be. Big New Year's special. They made Akimoto Sayaka eat this girl's disgusting New Year's food and have to tell her what she thought of it.
Right, like what would you do? You gotta be like, oh, it's great.
Or rigging up Yukirin for another popular segment where she gets hooked up to electrodes and had to eat some nice hot soup, but then they tell her that the electrodes aren't working, and so she just needs to pretend it for the camera. But our absolute #1 pick has to be the biggest prank episode where they tricked the girls into thinking that the longtime MCs of the show at that time, Bad Boys, would be retiring from the show.
Classic, it's a good one.
Only to destroy their trust. They even hire Heisei Nobushi Kobushi, upcoming comedian duo, to be the new MCs for the show. Yeah, they mixed in like little pranks throughout the episode. One of the members of Heisei Nobushi Kobushi pretending that Miyazawa Sae was Zoshimen, giving her preferential treatment throughout the entire episode.
But he didn't know who she was.
Only for the very end to reveal that he was a Shinoda Mariko Oshimen. Oh! And then there was a big callback to an old episode where they find one of the MC's estranged mothers. Well, they do this again, but with one of Heisei Nobushi Kobushi's moms. Only to reveal that they've also found his long-lost brother. And then the big reveal was they had one of the MC's iconic hair silhouetted behind the screen. And at that moment, all the members knew what was up.
That's a great one, because it has like, it's like meta. There's all these little pranks all leading up to his bigger prank.
I think the best part about it for me was this was the one where I feel like after everything, they finally broke Takahashi Minami. She just couldn't trust anyone.
Never again.
And I was like, this is the quality TV I'm signed up for.
Yes, delicious.
And so that's why that's our #2.
Probably the most popular segment.
I don't think we're surprising anyone.
We're talking about the Muchaburi Dodgeball.
It's set up like a normal game of dodgeball, right? You have the members split up into 2 teams, but every time you're hit out, they would pick a random task. So it was a Muchaburi, impossible task that they had to accomplish.
Some of these tasks were pretty incredible. I mean, they had Inaba Gohan, which is a really good one, where Inaba AD, he was an assistant director on there, he would make some really fucked up things for them to eat. Some of them being curry watermelon. You had a watermelon like hollowed out, put curry in it.
Or the miso soup he just left in the freezer and decided to eat it that way.
It's a popsicle now, man. Make sure you put a stick in it.
But the best part about the Inaba Gohan segments has to be the fact that no matter who got the Inaba Gohan punishment, his Oshimen, Kasai Tomomi,
oh, poor girl,
undoubtedly always ended up having to eat whatever it was too.
Yeah. And he was so happy about it. He just looked so happy that she would eat it, even though she hated it. I don't know, man. Other good ones include Hazukashi Make.
One of our MCs, Kyoshi, was a really good, talented artist. Would pull the girls to the side after being hit out and put on some kind of crazy, elaborate makeup. They have like complete transformations into like snot-nosed kids with poo on a stick. Avatar.
Oh yeah, man. That's a good one.
C-3PO.
Another good one is they would send the girls out into the world and do like really embarrassing things.
This was great because they're outside of the comfort of the studio.
Exactly. And so they would have, you know, like this like sky camera looking at them and stuff. I remember they made Takamina go out into the cafeteria of the studio and just like steal people's food. Ate the dude's last piece of steak.
Dude, he looked at her like she was like the scum of earth, dude. Right? But probably the most iconic segment from Muchaburi Dodgeball has to be the Getemono cuisine.
Oh, dude.
So Getemono cuisine basically stands for strange, odd foods, right? So these were all actual dishes from like various parts of like Japan or the world, right? It wasn't just like eat bugs, they had like larvae and things like that. But there's just something very iconic about having to watch these girls who signed up to be cute, demure idols being forced to eat bugs.
I would quit on the spot.
One popular bug eating segment actually went viral worldwide.
Yeah. It's the one where the two girls sat apart from each other and they had the see-through tube and they put the big
cicada. Or cockroach if you're the rest of the world.
Yeah. Big cicada in there so you can see it, and they had to sit there and try to blow it into the other girl's mouth. And this became a very popular, reoccurring Getomona segment. So that's why Muchiburi Dodgeball is our #1 segment from AKBingo. I mean, it went viral across the world. Everyone saw these little Japanese girls get cicadas shot into the back of their throat.
Yeah, and so regardless of how much you knew about idols or J-pop, it was one of those segments that anybody can get into.
That's always entertaining, to just watch others get
Suffer.
punished. Yeah. There's whole TV shows, network TV shows built around this kind of thing. It's great.
All right, so it's been a quick look back at some of our favorite AKBingo moments over the past few years. Naturally, with the show running on as long as it did, there was so much more we couldn't fit. We were feeling all a little bit nostalgic, so we kind of stuck around with the old stuff. But there are definitely a lot of funny, great moments in the new episodes as well, such as the baseball segments. So if you feel like there was anything that we missed that absolutely should have been on the list, make sure you let us know in the comments down below. We'd love to hear from you guys. And as always, make sure you subscribe to us on YouTube so you're up to date with the new videos that we put out. Or if you're just interested in what we're up to and what we're doing, you can follow us on Twitter as well. And we'll see you guys in the next video.